Welcome everyone. This is Jasmine Jones here of Cherry Blossom Intimates for another episode of Behind the Pink Wall. Behind the Pink Wall is a new web series that we developed to have intimate conversation with women that we don't typically see, and the kind of conversations that we always wish we could have, and just bringing them to light behind our beautiful pink moss wall that we have right here in this store. So I'm very happy today to introduce a special guest, Miss Elaine, who we absolutely love. And I will really let her tell you all about her story and her journey. But she really exemplifies the cherry blossom woman, and we love her so much. So welcome, Miss Elaine.
Thank you. I'm fine. How are you?
I am great. Thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Sure, no problem.
We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Dr. Hampton told me a little bit about you, but besides that, I didn't know much. But she told me that you're incredibly inspiring, that you guys love each other.
Oh, yeah.
That she's your girl, and that I should sit down with you and talk to you a little bit about your journey.
Okay.
Because you've been diagnosed with breast cancer.
Yes.
Okay. And that's perfectly fine. So many of our women here at Cherry Blossom have. And our goal has always been just to let them know we love them.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about where you're from.
Sure.
And your background, and then we'll get right into it.
Sure. I'm actually from D.C., Washington, D.C., and just a little bit about myself. I was diagnosed actually in 2016. I was doing a breast exam at home, and I noticed I felt a lump. And I don't know, for some reason, I just pretty much knew what it was. I don't know why, but I did. Called a girlfriend who worked at Howard University Hospital. She got me in not even within 2 days. When I got in, of course, I was diagnosed, and they took a couple of tests first, of course, but once I was diagnosed, I went on ahead and kind of told my family. Everybody thought it was a horror thing, but you know, you just have to understand that once you accept what you're going through, you just have to take it on and do what you have to do to, you know, get through it.
Okay.
I wasn't looking at it as if it was a death sentence at all. I was looking at it as if, okay, God, I know you got me, and I know that I'm going to be okay. And, you know, then in 2018, I was diagnosed again. I just think that when I was diagnosed again, it was something behind my chest walls that was really growing small at first. And then once we were able to detect that, I found that as well. This particular time, I had to have not only a lumpectomy, I had to have a mastectomy as well. So far I've had 3 surgeries. The first time I had 12 chemo treatments, and then this time I had 14 chemo treatments, and I'm still actually in chemo now, along with the surgery. So it's a long, you know, process, but I'm just grateful. I'm truly grateful.
Okay, so you were doing a breast self-check.
Yes.
And you said it was a lump. Was it a large one, a small one? Was it something where you said, you know, maybe?
Medium size.
Okay.
But I had never felt it before. It kind of rapidly happened, more or less than, I guess, a process of it just being like something that I noticed at first.
Okay.
But I know I felt different as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you feel like physically,
Yes.
health-wise, you felt different?
Yes. Physically, health-wise, I felt different.
Tell me a little bit.
My cycle was different.
Okay.
My back was hurting. You know, I just felt different. You know, when you pretty much know your body and you have certain things that's going on, and you're like, you know, that doesn't seem right. You know, I just remember in October of 2016, my mom had told me, she said, you really need to get that checked out when you're not having your cycle. She said, that's not normal. But of course I let December come and January go, and you know, and my back started hurting. When I say hurting, I mean it was really excruciating pain. So, you know, women have to pay attention to certain things about their bodies, you know, whether it's their menstrual cycle, whether it's, you know, just their physical of their back or whatever it is, you have to really go in and get those things checked and not just say, oh, it'll blow over.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you found the lump, and then you were immediately brought in 2 days later.
Yes.
Thank God for friendship.
Absolutely.
Right?
Thank God for that. Yeah.
But you were insured.
Yes.
So you were able to, without problem. Okay, so that's great. So you went in, and then tell me about that experience of when they told you that you had cancer.
When they told me, again, I kind of knew. So I was kind of, ready for whatever they had to tell me.
Okay.
But once they told me, my girlfriend, because I was there by myself, I didn't take anybody with me that day because I knew God was with me. They had her to come down, and they said, well, do you have anybody with you? I said, no, but I know Kim. They said, well, would you want her to come down before we give you your diagnosis? I said, sure. So she came down, and she sat with me, and when they told me, of course, the enemy always tries to come in for a minute. Right. And I felt like when I first said it, it was like, I felt like I was ready to walk down this dark hall by myself. But immediately, God just pulled me back in and was like, I got you. You're going to be fine. And that's the walk that I walked the entire time. I mean, right. Some people who know me, if you knew what was going on with me, you knew. But if you didn't know me and I walked past you, you had no idea.
Wow. That takes a lot of strength. Takes a lot of strength, I can imagine. So tell me about the day that you told your family.
When I told my family, of course, my girls, I have a 27-year-old and I have a 19-year-old.
Okay.
And when I told my girls, Tiffany and Destiny, they were really, really, it was a hard thing for them. Like, oh my God, my mom is going through this, is she going to be okay? And, I just had to get them in the place where I was. All is going to be well. We don't have to worry about anything because we know our Father above. Once, especially my oldest one, she's really the one who's really, really emotional when it comes to certain things about mommy. We were first together, right? So, but once she got past that, we got to a place where she really understood that I was going to be okay. I just have to have treatment. I have to have surgery, and all will be well. So that's the process that we went through. When I told my mom, it was just kind of funny because my mom was like, oh, okay. Well, guess what? I went to the mall today and I saw this nice blazer, and my daughter said, Mom, did you just hear what she told you? And she said, yeah, I heard her. But I know my mom, but God. So in her mind, it's like, I heard what she told me, but I know what's going to happen.
Yes, but we have faith.
Absolutely.
Yes. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. So your treatment process was twofold.
Yes.
It was radiation. Yes. Lumpectomy.
Yes.
And then it was radiation mastectomy. Is that correct?
Well, this particular time, I did not have to have radiation. And normally the process is if you ever have radiation the first time, having breast cancer, you would never have to have radiation again.
Okay.
Yeah. So this particular time, I just had treatment as far as chemotherapy. And then I had the lumpectomy and reconstruction surgery done this time, just to make the breast smaller. Okay. And then this time I had the mastectomy done. Okay. And then my third surgery this particular time would be getting implants. Okay.
All right. So you've been through it all.
Yes. I actually had surgery 2 weeks ago, believe it or not.
No way.
Yes.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago on Wednesday, February the 7th. Wow. But I'm here. That's the kind of God we serve.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. So tell me, who did your surgery and what was that process like?
Dr. Regina Hampton did my surgery.
Okay, our Dr. Hampton.
Yes, our girl.
Yes, our
girl. And she's awesome. And I'm not just saying that because she's my doctor. A colleague of hers, Dr. Lori Wilson, had referred her to me because I wanted to be in Maryland. I live here in Maryland and I wanted to have a doctor in Maryland. So she suggested her, and when I met her, it was just an awesome bond from the beginning. We talked. as if we were friends. She makes you feel like you're not just a patient. You're not just a number with her. You're actually a friend. She wants to know how you feel. She wants to know, why do you feel that way? She wants to know what she can do to make you feel better. She knows what she has to do, because when she walks in the room with you, she already knows what you have to get done, what has happened to you, and what she has to do to move forward.
Wow, that's powerful. So tell me about this friendship that you all have formed.
Yes.
It seems like you both love each other
Yes.
and have connected. How do you feel like that's changed your healing perspective and your outlook?
Healing perspective, yes, because whenever I go into her office, she's always letting me know, oh, girl, they look good. You still looks fine, you know.
Right.
And the healing process is great. You know, you're just looking amazing. You know, she always makes me feel that way.
Okay.
And if it's something wrong, she definitely lets me know, hey, you know, we still have to do this or we have to do that. But don't worry, you know, you're in good hands. And I already know that anyway. So when she tells me that, I know that I am. Because like I said, her process of letting you know something from A to Z, she makes sure you know, and she makes sure that she's not leaving anything out.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I admire Dr. Hampton so
Absolutely.
much for the work that she does.
Absolutely.
And this was not a commercial for Dr. Hampton.
Yeah.
It's just how it ended up being.
That is so true.
You know, she cares.
Yes.
She truly cares, which is also why she wanted to have a store like this.
Yeah.
So survivors can come in and find everything they need and feel
Right.
loved.
Absolutely.
Know, not feel like they're in a medical supply store.
Absolutely.
And not feel like they're a number.
Mm-hmm.
So how has your life changed? What were you doing pre-diagnosis? And tell me how you're going to get back to that normal.
Before I was diagnosed, I actually am a chef.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I've been in business since 2005.
Wow.
The name of my business is Elaine Catering Services.
Okay.
And I'm actually on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and you can also find me as far as my website is www.caterlanecatering.com.
Okay.
Yes.
Fabulous. And what kind of foods do you make?
Actually, I make Southern healthy foods.
Okay, wait a minute. I like Southern unhealthy foods. So you're going to have to sell me on this one. I like collard greens,
yes.
mac and cheese,
Yes.
mashed potatoes,
Yes.
sauces.
Yes, all of those
flavor.
things, and you do not have to have them unhealthy.
Okay.
You don't. And I make all of those. Collard greens, even if it's chicken,
Okay.
whether it's baked chicken, whether it's smothered chicken, however you want to have it. You just want to go on the healthier side of it. I also, you know, did a news segment with Andrea Roan a couple of years ago in regards to, you know, how healthy you want your foods to be, and why, you know, when I do my foods, I always make sure that it's a healthier side of it. You don't want somebody to eat your food and after they're done, they have a headache.
Yeah.
You know, because...
Or tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've just had so much salt and sodium, you know, in their food, but it was good to them, you know. I mean, you want it to be good to them, but you also want it to be where they want to come back because they still feel good about themselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I think I remember you were supposed to cater our grand opening.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened? Because we were looking forward to some collard greens.
Yes. And I had surgery the same week. We were trying to figure out the timing of that, and the same week that you all opened was the same week that I had surgery. So it didn't work out, but we know that things are gonna happen because, you know, you all are gonna be here for a long time.
Yeah.
And so am I.
Yes, you're gonna be here for quite a long time. We're gonna eat all your food.
Yes,
for a long,
absolutely.
long time. And you know, maybe for our next store too.
Oh, yes,
for,
absolutely.
Yeah, I think that'd be a perfect combination. I'm looking forward to it.
I would love to.
Let's do it sooner rather than later.
Oh, yeah.
So I can eat.
Yes, we have to get some samples in, even for, you know, customers who wants to come in, just for them to do some samples while they're coming in and getting fitted.
Oh, they would love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's next for you? What's on the horizon? You just had surgery 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
You're looking gorgeous,
Oh, thank
by
you.
the way. Like
Thank
face,
you.
outfit,
Thank you so
everything.
much.
Brows, snatched. What's next? How as you look forward into the future, what do you see?
I actually see, I really want to have a cafe with my business.
Okay.
Just for people to come, kind of lounge and have a good time. But again, still be able to eat healthy foods and do, just having a good time.
Oh, I love that.
That's what, just my vision. That's definitely my vision. But I also do weddings and things like that. Believe it or not, this summer, when I was having chemotherapy, I did 3 weddings. And my customers had no idea until the end of the wedding when everything was done, and they already had came to tell me, oh, everything was amazing, we loved it. And I told them, I said, I just had chemotherapy 2 days ago. And they're like, no way. And I'm like, yes. And they're like, wow, well, you did an amazing job and God is really working on you. And I'm like, that's how you have to look at it and think of it. But all continues to go well with the business. And I'm just going to keep on pushing forward and making sure that everything that I need to do throughout my healing process, that I continue with the business the way that I love. It's a passion for me.
Wow. And what got you into cooking?
Well, my family would always want me to fix something for them.
Okay.
Whether it's some type of seafood, whether it's macaroni and cheese, something. So I always said to myself, why not make this into a business?
Wow.
And, and have people to, really taste your food and love it and pay for it, And that's how it ended up me in 2005, becoming Elaine Catering.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Okay, tell me a little bit about this style, this outfit that you have on. Because
Yes.
I'm like, this is so chic. Miss Elaine walked in with this cute top on and then a little vest on top. And she's like, I'm like, hi, welcome to Cherry Blossom. She's like, hi, I'm Elaine. I'm like, no, you're not, girl. You have it all pulled together. Tell me how you did this look today. It's adorable.
Thank you. Well, because I had the surgery 2 weeks ago, it's so funny because I kept saying to myself, because I had an appointment actually with the doctor today too.
Okay.
So I said to myself, I can't go out. I still have these drains that's coming from my breast right now, believe it or not.
Oh my
and I'm
gosh.
like, I can't go out with, a regular shirt on today. I
Right.
said, let me put on a shirt that really hides my drains.
Right.
And this is what I came up with. I said, let me pull my hair up today,
Yes.
put my shirt on, and just try to put everything together.
I love
and
it.
This is what I came up with, and I really feel like I need to go and get a couple more of
You
these shirts
do.
because it really covers.
Where did you get this from?
Really? Walmart.
No way.
Yes.
From,
Walmart.
wow.
From the men's section.
No way.
Yes. Yes.
I love it.
And I am not too proud. I feel good.
You look
It
good.
makes me, not even worry about or even
Yeah.
think about the drains
And the
because
colors.
you can't tell.
Right.
Thank you.
You look so chic.
Thank you so much.
Of course, girl. Okay, so let's circle back on one more thing that
Sure.
we zoomed over.
Sure.
The insurance part.
Uh-huh.
So you're insured, and that was able to cover all of your costs.
Yes.
Did you have to wear certain bras?
Yes.
Did you do prosthetics?
I now am
Okay.
starting to do the prosthetics, and
Okay.
I actually have a prescription to get me a bra from here.
Oh.
A couple of bras from here through my insurance.
Lovely.
Yes, and I definitely will start that process, maybe today once we're done.
Okay.
But yeah, so I have to do the bras, and of course, I'm just kind of going through this process of this is new for me as
Right.
far as the mastectomy. So
Right.
I don't know all of what I have to
Yeah,
do.
10
but
days new. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and then tell me a little bit about maybe how life would have been had you not had insurance, and you didn't know where to go.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it would have been more difficult?
Oh,
on this
definitely.
journey?
Definitely.
Okay.
It would have been difficult. And any woman who deals with something like that, not having insurance and having to go through breast cancer and just feeling like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? If they have a doctor like I do, who is very, into making sure that whether you have it or you don't have it, making sure that you have what you need.
Right.
Because first and foremost, you want to make sure that regardless of you going through something and to worry about, now I don't have insurance, how am I going to get this done?
Right.
How am I going to get the bras that I need? How am I going to get the surgery I need? Just to make sure that something or someone or some type of foundation is around to make sure that you can get that type of help. I think that is phenomenal.
Wow. You know,
Yeah.
Dr. Hampton and I have been thinking so much about what we can do to help uninsured women.
Yes.
Our wheels have really been spinning, so we can't wait to announce some of the great things that we have in store,
Yes.
because just like you, they have needs, and
Yes.
they just want to be treated with dignity.
Absolutely.
And to be able to come into a place that doesn't feel like another doctor's office.
Absolutely.
Because they've been through so many.
Yeah.
So, okay, is there anything else that you want to tell us about this journey?
Yes.
Anything else that we should know?
Yes. Well, first off, along with, to piggyback off from what you were saying as far as the non-insured women, I think if it's some type of program, not only just for them for the surgery and for bras, but for them to have kind of navigate somebody to be able to talk to, for their families to really understand what they're going through. Not to talk to the family just because it's like, oh, we need money from you guys, but I want you to understand what I'm really going through. And if you understand what I'm really going through and where I might need you through this process, this all would help me through the best of my ability. Because sometimes your family could just think, okay, she's diagnosed. Okay, she told us. But now we're going back to our regular lives.
Right.
It's not about going back to your regular life. First of all, I've been diagnosed. Second of all, I did not or do not have any type of insurance to help me. So my mind is already, when the doctor's telling me don't stress,
Right.
I'm stressing
Right, about money.
about money. But to know that something like that is going to eventually evolve is just a true blessing, along with, like I said, having your family to be able to tell them through some type of navigating person who may be a part of that. Hey, we come out to the house, we talk to the family, we let them know what's going on with your loved one, and they're going to get through it the best that they can. But in this process, this is what we're here for. We want to help them get through. We know that they don't have the funds. This is what we want to do to make sure that they can have what they need. But we need you guys to do this, this, and this. You know,
Like a step by step.
absolutely.
That would
And it
be
may not be a ride that they can do, because I
Right.
know that American Cancer Society always do with the rides and
Okay.
things like that. But I mean, we could, you know, may have something extended of that, where people can volunteer and do those things. You know, what we're trying to do here in PG County has a lot to do with not just what American Cancer Society can do,
Right.
but what we can do.
Right, and filling some of those gaps.
Oh,
Right?
absolutely.
And also having these kind of conversations
Yeah.
that bring to light why it's so important.
Oh, yes.
Because I think so often women get a little nervous and
Yeah.
shy and private about what they're going through.
Yeah.
So I appreciate your being so vocal.
And with me being a living witness of going through it,
Yes.
you know, I mean, it's important just to have people around you. I mean, they may not go through what you're going through, but just them sitting and listening to you, you know, how your day is going, how do you feel? I mean, it's a lot,
Yeah.
you know, but you endure it. You don't want to get into that place where you're feeling depressed and, you know, kind of overwhelmed just because of what you've been diagnosed with. Because you can overwhelm yourself, but you don't have to let what you're being diagnosed with overwhelm you.
How do you keep that spirit?
I always feel like God gives certain things to certain people. And I think I was 12 or 13, and a girlfriend of mine, we would go to church early on in our life. And I really believe that He already knows your plan. He already knows what you're going to go through. And in the midst of that, you know, you already know what you need to do, because He's already, you know, kind of, I guess I would say, matured you over your life for what you're about to go through. And nothing can stand in the way of that if you keep that faith. And if you keep that with what He has given you, much is given, much is required.
Yes.
So, and I know that it's a lot that I want to continue to do with my life. It's a lot of things that I want people to notice that, you know, God really can get you through. So I have to keep that faith and that belief.
This is so powerful. I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah,
I really
you.
am. Your soul is just so sweet.
Thank you.
And I know that you've been divinely appointed for such a time as this, even when it's tough.
Yes.
Even when it's tough. So.
Yeah. You have to keep pushing forward. You can't just let, because you're going through something, you know, pull you back or, you know, have you to be in this place to say that what I can't do. You can do anything that you want to do. You just have to stay focused and keep your mind to it. Take your pain meds and keep on moving.
All right. Take your pain meds. Keep on moving. I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us today.
Yes.
Can you give us one more time the name of your business?
Sure.
And how people can find you so they
Sure.
can help support you
Sure.
and support this great thing that you're doing by giving us all these healthy options that are delicious. I'm still tempted to try these collard greens and mac and
Sure.
cheese, I have to say. So let us all know at home
Sure.
how to reach you.
Sure. Yes. Again, it's a Cater Lane Catering and Event Planning Services. On Facebook, it's at Cater Lane Catering. And on Instagram, it's at Cater Lane Catering. And again, my website, is www.caterlanecatering.com. The phone number is 301-910-8579. And thanks again.
That's my
I
pleasure.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Ms. Elaine.
Oh, sure, no problem, anytime.
No, you're welcome here anytime. Even if it's just to sit down and relax and talk. I'm just so inspired by you, and I know our viewers at home are too.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Sure.
So this has been another fantastic, nearly emotional, we held it together,
Yes.
episode of Behind the Pink Wall. Thank you so much for joining us. You can catch us every Tuesday right here at cherryblossomintimates.com.